Okay, today we are reviewing the lesson for October 15th and 16th, if you were absent or confused. So, we're working today on a couple of reading literature standards, standard 1 and 3, which means you're making inferences based on details. And you're also determining how certain details or lines in the story reveal information about a character. That's standard 3. Standard 1 is making an inference based on details. Standard 3 is how certain lines reveal info about a character. So, we're also reviewing, you might remember this from last year, Mrs. Hunt, the ACE procedure, ACE procedure for answering short answer questions. So, we're going to practice that first. If you remember, A means answer the question. C means cite evidence, and I like to call it C squared because I want you to get two quotes or pieces of evidence. Two quotes or details. Then E, explain or extend. Why do these quotes prove your answer? Okay, so let's look at what it looks like. Go to your packet, the questions on page 2 in the packet. They're also in this folder here that you found this video, and it's called Questions Inside Out. Looks like this. So first of all, you have to read page 4 of the book back in the part we read 2 classes ago. And the poem is on page 4. It's called Inside Out. So read that poem first. And the questions are about that poem. So the first question is, how do the events in the poem connect to the first poem we read, 1975, The Year of the Cat, and the title of the book? So I'm going to use ACE to answer this question. So if you were to read page 4, which is the Inside Out poem, it talks about the characters getting a fortune, that their lives are turning inside out with this war. So if you remember in the first poem, Ha touched her foot to the floor that said they were going to have bad luck. So that's how it connects. So that's my answer. This poem connects to the characters' lives turning inside out. So what two details could prove that their lives are going to turn inside out? So my first detail is from the first poem. So in the first poem, Ha mentions her touching her foot to the floor may make them have bad luck. Notice I didn't make a quote, I just did a detail. Then here's my second quote or detail. In the second poem, the family also receives a fortune of their lives twisting inside out, which is the title of the book. So I connected, my two quotes prove how their lives are going to turn inside out. And then I have to extend that. So how do those two quotes prove that their lives will turn inside out? This means that, as predicted by the fortune teller and possibly Ha tapping her foot to the floor, the family will undergo a drastic change. So that's how their lives are going to turn inside out, is that drastic change. So you're going to go ahead right now and do the rest of the questions on your own. That's what we did in class. And you're going to use that ACE format, using quotes and details from the poem, from page 4. Okay, so after you're done that, we did one more thing in class, and that's on page 1 in your packet. By the way, the questions are on page 2. So now we're going back to page 1, this Who is Ha chart. So this is standard 3, how do details and lines reveal things about a character? So we're going to be thinking about the book, the parts of the book we read so far. And what things happened? What did Ha do? What did Ha say that prove what kind of person she is? So in the left-hand column on page 1, you're going to put a quote, a detail, or just a simple event from the story, something that Ha did. And then in the right-hand column, you're going to put an inference or a character trait. When we talk about a character trait, it's an adjective. So something like funny or pretty or annoying or mean or courageous or confident. That's what I mean by an adjective. So, in the very first poem, Ha touched her foot to the floor. Even though her mother told her that they were going to have bad luck, she wanted to do the thing that she was told not to do. What does that say about her character? She's rebellious. She goes against what she is told to do. So, there's 3 more spots on that sheet on page 1. You're going to use your own parts of the book and details from the book and give me 3 more inferences about who Ha is as a person. So you're going to go ahead and do that sheet as well. Lastly, for homework, you have another reading, pages 26 to 50, and there's a quick write for you to do to practice the ACE format, and that's on page 17 of the packet. So due next class is this reading right here and page 17. And you should have done pages 1 and 2 in the packet. And that's what you missed on October 15th and 16th.